Now, midweek, of course, Mo Salah. God, how good is Mo Salah, by the way? Scored yet another brace to become the top scorer in the Premier League, which did get us thinking, where does he rank in terms of the greatest Premier League wingers? Who is the greatest Premier League winger ever? So it brought us nicely onto this new segment, Joe, which I'm quite excited about.
Debate this. In between the lads, we have the bracket. It's a series of head-to-head battles between some of the greatest wingers the Premier League has ever seen. Now, importantly, as you can see, there's only 8 slots here.
Yeah.
So we have opted to go for 1 representative per club. So you'll be able to see there's some huge names missing. Giggs, Beckham, Heung-min Son. But we've opted for Ronaldo to represent Manchester United, Gareth Bale to represent Tottenham. We've had to be a bit cheeky with a couple of names in there as well. But I can already see the comments at home. Where are these guys? Where are these guys? But it's 1 representative per club.
Yeah, and clubs like Man United, as you said, are very blessed with that. So 1 per club. Bit recency bias as well. We haven't forgotten the likes of Overmars and Ginola, I love. But that is the reason for it. So we'll go to our first head-to-head battle. Now, you've got to agree on who goes through to the next round. So, the first one, 2 top players, Sterling versus Hazard, Premier League, who edges it?
For me, I'll go with Eden Hazard. I think we can speak about Eden Hazard later on, but I think he's incredible talent, incredible player. When you look at one of the best left wingers in the Premier League, one of the best wingers in the world, really.
Yep.
Look what he's done with Chelsea, incredible.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that Raheem Sterling, I know he's having a bit of a difficult time now. He is one of the most disrespected footballers of this generation. Not just English players, footballers of this generation. With the accolades he's got and the level he's been playing at since he was a kid, coming through at Liverpool, playing for all the big clubs, big money moves. I know, like I said, he's not the flavour of the month now, but for club and country, he's been exceptional and he has all the medals to prove it. But with what Eden Hazard can do with a football, right? This is where there's
aesthetically,
the GA and the stats. We just need eyes. A lot of the time, there's a lot of stats going around and reasons to dissect players. I'm quite old school. Just use your eyes. Eden Hazard is levels above Raheem Sterling and always has been.
Just on Sterling quickly, because I was just about to ask that before you said that. Do you think he's one of the most underrated wingers of the Premier League era?
I think he's averaged, with City, when Pep came after his first season, he averaged 15 goals in 5 seasons. And people forget that Pep has coached and managed one of the best players in ever. But outside of Leo Messi, Raheem Sterling has got the most GAs under Pep. People forget that. He's scored over 176 GAs just on the Pep.
Even down to his last contribution before he left, last final day of the season against Villa. He's coming up with big assists, big moments.
Don't look at the last 2 seasons with Chelsea or this season with Arsenal. As you said, disrespected.
123 goals and 64 assists in his Premier League career. So
4 Premier League titles.
And 4 Premier League titles, exactly that.
But there should be Eden Hazard somewhere on the table, so let's stick that up in the winners slot.
And we're going to chat in more in-depth about Eden Hazard as we go along, because he is still in the game, isn't he?
Next up, we've been very cheeky with this one because we needed to pad some things out. We established Big Six, didn't we? So Sadio Mané, obviously excellent at Southampton, but we will talk about him as a whole in his Premier League career up against Mo.
Honestly, it's difficult for Sadio. I feel like Sadio, some Liverpool fans can of course vouch for this. Certain seasons, certain games, Liverpool maybe looked at Sadio for the big games, to save them certain games. Salah, of course, had the consistency. I think Sadio, that was one season in particular. I think it was the 2021 or 21-22 where he played as a demon.
They won the FA Cup.
Was that season? And they lost the Champions League final against Real Madrid. But and of course, that season with the AFCON as well, the match-winning penalty.
He was player of the tournament, by the way, in the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations as well.
He was, and I think he finished top 4 in the Ballon d'Or as well that season. What a player! But he's going up against someone like Mo Salah.
It would have been. I mean, because he's going up against Mo Salah, he's not going to win this one. It would be very interesting if he was in a different side, over Pires. This is an interesting debate. Over Sterling is an interesting debate. But against Mo Salah, you just can't. But, I've seen Sadio Mané live many times, not just against my team, but I've been to other games where I've seen him live. Honestly, the sharpness of him, how quick and sharp he is. Not just the goal scorer, not just the hard work, how sharp he is, how good he is on the ball, how strong he is. Like, unreal.
I think that's underrated about Sadio Mané.
Yeah, I agree,
His off-the-ball work.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's part of that Klopp team, which was kind of characterised by players that wanted to press from the front foot. Sadio Mané was a leader of that forward line, wasn't he, in that respect? So big respect to Sadio Mané. But I agree, let's get Mo Salah
Mo, isn't it?
up on there.
Let's go to the next side then. Robert Pires representing Arsenal, Cristiano Ronaldo, Man United. Flex will come to you.
Robert Pires to enter the chat, really. I mean, you know, doing the invincible.
Cute, did you say?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I really respect him as a footballer. Really, really clever footballer. And when you're looking at that sort of, with what Arsene Wenger did in football in terms of making wingers be inverted, having right footers on left-hand sides and changing what a left winger looks like.
Yep.
He was probably one of the first of that generation to be doing that under that manager, which was unbelievable. Of course, Henry was doing that as well. But he was a fantastic footballer, classy footballer, and was part of that 04 team. And I know it's not Premier League, but this is a highly decorated footballer. He's won the Euro. He's won the World Cup. Like, he's a big player.
Yeah.
But
2 Premier League titles, over 100 goal involvement.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
but
unbelievable.
again, he's falling victim to being next
Against
to
the bracket,
next to Ronaldo. But
Interestingly, just on Ronaldo, would you have picked him as the greatest Manchester United winger ahead of, the Beckhams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just incredible. Like, he's
Obviously,
the
that's
best
what
winger
people
I've
will be
seen in
saying
my
about
lifetime.
players.
Yeah.
I know there's longevity in how long you stay somewhere, and there's different things you can create on, but just visually, he won the Ballon. We'll talk about
come on to
Ronaldo
that.
later.
With Pires,
Pires,
people keep forgetting that in 01-02, when Arsenal won the Premier League, he was Arsenal's best player. He got
Right in that. He was Football Writers Footballer of the Year in 01 and 02 and named in the PFA Team of the Year 01 and 02, 02, 03 and 03, 04. So that's a very, very
So this
good
is
point.
this is a fantastic player here. But
Fantastic.
he's
Always
unlucky
scored against
again
Spurs as well,
to be up
Pires.
against Ronaldo.
Always scored against
Okay, let's get Ronaldo up there.
Get Ronaldo up. Next debate.
This is a cracker.
That one,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is really
This
good
is a
against
cracker.
Gareth Bale.
That one was difficult. I look at Bale, and I think that season before he left to Real Madrid, I think of the greatest peak of Premier League history. Luis Suarez being one of them. Bale had that one of the greatest.
One of the
peaks.
best individual seasons.
I've never seen goals from. You can imagine. Just think of Gareth Bale. You can think of the goal against West Ham. That comes to mind straight away. So many incredible goals. He's going up against someone like Mahrez, who, when I look at Mahrez, I guess he's got 4 Premier Leagues, 3 with City. The one that stands out the most, the Leicester season. PFA Player of the Year. What he did that season. Bale was the better player. However, what Mahrez has done with Leicester, his City career is a bit underrated in my opinion. I will edge it to Mahrez.
You go Mahrez over Bale?
Pipe up, this is your boy.
Wow. But your argument is that Mahrez won Player of the Year. Bale's won that twice.
Exactly.
So he's won it twice.
Well, he won Player of the Year.
That was your argument. He's won one. Bale's won it twice. I think he got young player and senior player.
Okay, but he won Player of the Year, which led to the Premier League. He was impactful in winning the Premier League.
This is where the Spurs tax comes in.
But to that argument, you're saying with City, obviously he's surrounded by better players, Mahrez at City, than, with all due respect, Bale was. Bale was single-handedly winning games for Spurs, single-handedly winning games for Tottenham.
I agree with that notion. But
that was one of the single best individual seasons.
I'll be honest with you, Smithy. At the beginning, I went Bale.
You changed your mind on this, haven't you?
I did change my mind because I thought I need to be careful why I'm choosing Bale. Bale as the specimen of Gareth Bale with his whole career, better, 100%. More maverick, underrated, unbelievable player, right?
Yeah.
But when I look at their numbers, actually, when in teams that maybe were overachieving, they're very, very similar. What Mahrez did at Leicester, along with Kante, was unbelievable. Like,
I'm not denying that. But I'd say with that Leicester
5,000 to 1.
team, you had Vardy, you had Kante, who was unbelievable. Mahrez.
Yeah.
There was a lot of good individual performances. The last season, as a Spurs fan, when Bale was that, he was single-handedly doing everything for Tottenham, which got him the move to become the record ever Premier League transfer. He went on to win 15 major trophies with Real Madrid.
Yeah, but we can't.
I'm saying that, but
don't do this.
But that led to him to become the record ever transfer.
It did, but we have to talk about what happened in the
time,
Premier League only. And this guy's got 5 Premier Leagues. 4 Premier Leagues, sorry. This guy... No, he's got 5.
No, he's got 5.
Five,
Leicester.
yeah.
He's got 5 Premier Leagues, mate. If we're talking about Premier League era of what you did in your time in this league, and I know...
But let's play the year.
I know.
Let's play the years.
I know, and he got Player of the Year in the season that it was 5,000 to 1 for Leicester to do.
But quite interestingly, just when we took it back to the Hazard-Sterling debate, we went Hazard because he's the better player, aesthetic.
You did say that.
Numbers, forget your trophies. as the better player. Who's the better player?
Winning the league at Leicester,
The better player
overall.
The better player, Gareth Bale. The peak as Gareth Bale. But we keep forgetting City over the past 2 years. They missed Mahrez.
It's a good debate. They're both.
They've missed
They haven't managed to replace this guy.
They haven't managed to replace him.
So who are you going to go for?
For me, I'm going Riyad Mahrez.
Mahrez just.
You can't.
It's the Premier League debate.
Yes.
And put your medals on the table.
Okay, let's get back.
What I would say of everyone, Mahrez, probably best touch of an unbelievable first touch.
Bale was a better
and incredible. Do you know what? I think out of all of them, to be fair, that's probably the closest and the toughest to do. So
absolutely.
fair enough. We now get into the
This is a viral debate, though, isn't it?
Now this is
very viral.
spot on. This is a huge debate on which actually splits quite a lot of people, doesn't it? Hazard, Salah, and a lot of the debate. I know, is numbers for Salah.
Depends how you like your football, mate.
And
That's
aesthetics.
That's why. I'll be honest with you.
Are you
No, it is Salah, right?
Yeah.
It is Salah. But as a footballer, who do I prefer? Who would I prefer to pay my money to watch? And I know that sounds silly because you're going to get goals from Mo Salah, you're going to get assists. His team's probably going to win the game. So why would you not want to pay to see that? Personally, how I like my football played, I love maestros. I love people that are clean across the ground, unbelievably technically. And Mo Salah has this unique ability. Mo Salah has this unique ability on the eye, right? A little bit like how Luis Suarez was. He was unbelievable in his peak in the Premier League. But you know that it's a skill in itself. But you know that sort of, I've got the ball, I'm going to kind of run at people. It might hit off somebody else's ankle, but I still get it. And then I use a bit of strength, and then I'll find the far corner. But Hazard, the way he plays the game, is poetry in motion. Beautiful. Honestly, low sense of gravity, the way he can turn, the way he can evade challenges, the way he can drop the shoulder and leave people behind. I think he plays the game in a better way that I prefer. But in terms of effectiveness and what you go on to achieve, it's Mo Salah.
I think we've now got to the stage where I think maybe a year ago this was a really hot. This is a no contest.
It's a no-brainer now.
This is a no contest now. Mo Salah has eviscerated this.
It is Salah. It is Salah.
I agree. 2-3 years ago, this was the main debate. Now you've got Salah doing what he's doing, and Eden Hazard is playing charity games with Sharky.
Exactly.
I mean, look at what the tables has turned.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why longevity and not just that's why these things have to count.
And you look at consistency and numbers 100%. And return, and they're actually there's a huge difference in the two. And I think, for me, it's Salah as well.
It's a no-brainer. It's honestly a no-brainer.
But shout out Eden Hazard because his tech.
Absolutely.
I know what you're saying about
He's the best player in the league for a couple of years.
In terms of on the eye as well, it's unbelievable to watch.
This is a phenomenal player.
Yeah, of course.
Phenomenal player.
On the other side of the bracket, then, Ronaldo versus Mahrez.
Yeah, this is where Riyad Mahrez got to take a back seat, unfortunately.
Big respect.
Big respect. He's played his part. You know, that was a really good tussle with Bale.
Yeah, really good debate, Bale and Ronaldo. But you ruined it, didn't you?
Yeah, but now you've gone and put him in with Cristiano Ronaldo, and there can be no debate.
No debate.
It's that simple.
Absolutely.
On every level.
Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Nothing to be said.
But I think now,
this is where it starts to heat up.
This is good.
Okay.
So we're talking about the greatest Premier League winger of all time, Salah versus Ronaldo in the final. Who edges it for you?
Okay, this is difficult. If we had ranked this as who is the greatest winger outside of the Premier League, I think that would be an easy decision, in my opinion. But because of what they've done strictly in the Premier League, Ronaldo, 3 years, 3 Premier Leagues, PFAs back-to-back, I think, the Ballon d'Or. Before Rodri, he was the last player to win the Ballon d'Or in the Premier League. But what Salah has done over the past 8 years, the consistency, the goals. Ronaldo broke the record in 2008 of having 31 goals in the Premier League. Salah's got 32. Most GAs, it's Salah. Salah's got 3 golden boots as a winger. Playmaker of the year as a winger. You look at Salah, 7 seasons. You look at Henry. You look at Shearer. Salah has got over 7 seasons with 25 GAs and above. You look at Salah, what he's done, the consistency, the goals, the assists. And it's not just this, he plays differently now. If one year you want him as a goal scorer, last season he was a playmaker. Different type of player, different system, different manager. He's doing it. I mean, listen, Ronaldo, I love you as a player. Big respect what we've done in Real Madrid. But right now, this is not a debate. Please.
Not even a debate.
No,
please.
What do you mean it's not
please.
a debate? This guy won the Ballon d'Or before he was even the best version of himself. He went on to get up levels. Meanwhile, Salah was working out what to do with his football career, whether he was going to decide to even be world-class or not. This guy was Ballon d'Or winner. Like, let's just get that way. At the age of 23, he was a Ballon d'Or winner, winning a trio. You know what it takes to win? Mo Salah's won 1 Premier League, right? And people want to say it's because of Pep and this, that, and the other, it's because of City. It's a Premier League debate. He's got 1, he's got 3, and he's been here for ages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Just for Ronaldo, yeah, and I'm very, very confident, and this is a hypothetical, I get that, but this is where you do have to just look at the pound-for-pound player. Are you telling me that if Cristiano Ronaldo did not stay in this league for like the type of time that Mo Salah did, he wouldn't have obliterated those type of numbers? Yes, he would, because he's a far better player, far better goal scorer in every facet. He's just a better player than Mo Salah. Mo Salah's unreal. And I'm just saying the only reason why Mo Salah is winning this debate is because he stayed in this league longer.
Oh, don't do this.
It is.
Don't do this.
If Ronaldo would have stayed in the league...
Is that crucial to it?
Well, maybe that's why Mo Salah will win. And if I concede that because of longevity, then fine. Okay. But what my point is that I am very, very comfortable that if Cristiano Ronaldo stayed in this league for the same amount of time Mo Salah did, those numbers are easy.
Easy. That was cute. You said...
Don't use my word. That was my word.
You said Salah's got 1 Premier League. 2 seasons, it went to the last game of the season. Let's say worst case scenarios. Yep. Let's say for argument's sake, Salah, those 2 last games, he won it. Yep. He's now chilling on 3 Premier League titles.
Faysal, he didn't.
But Cristiano Ronaldo went to 2 Champions League finals win because of the best Barcelona
Exactly.
But this is my debate.
We have to talk about what did happen.
You're letting 2 games change your opinion. I mean,
these are the fine margins in football. And this is it. But 3 Premier Leagues in a row.
Faysal, here's a question for you. Both of these players at their Premier League peak, so Ronaldo Ballon d'Or at 23, Mo Salah, some people might say now, he's currently peaking again, but at his very best, you can only pick one of those players to fit into your 11. Who do you take?
As a right winger?
As a winger,
his face is so confused.
As a player.
He needs more thinking time.
So what, 07, 08 Ronaldo, or any version of Salah?
Any version of Salah.
I was a common man.
Fair enough. It's Ronaldo.
So
however,
is that a big?
However, that's what. But okay, why is Suarez not here? If we did,
he's not a winner.
No. If we did,
number 9.
I know.
3 of us answered the question.
If we did the best strike, I can use that same logic. Would Suarez get that over Shearer, Henry over 1 season? You can't use that just one.
But he was the best player in the world.
That question got his. Yeah.
Why is Van Dijk not here? What?
Why is Alisson not here? Okay. 1 season, you're right. Ronaldo takes it. Ronaldo edges it. But in terms of the consistency, in terms of the longevity, in terms of the goals, there hasn't been a single season where Mo Salah has scored below 19 goals. Double-digit every single season.
And listen, I'm not overlooking those stats here because
need a decision.
I can't move on Ronaldo.
I suppose I'm biased, so you're going to
have to make a decision. No? What are we saying?
You're the only
neutral in the room.
I think, like you were saying, if you're doing this based on player, undoubtedly Ronaldo's got the better legacy, and he's won more, and he's obviously Ballon d'Ors. I think if we are judging this solely on Premier League, does Salah edge it because of the longevity?
I think it's a legitimate argument, so it's your decision, mate.
Let's go with Salah then.
Well, Salah.
Oh, this is a travesty.
For that.
Welcome to the greatest.
This is ridiculous.
It's a tough one. I'm in a no-win situation here, to be honest.
Expected better.
I'm in a no-win situation. I totally agree. Better player, better legacy. Yeah. It's obviously Ronaldo. If we're going for longevity and we're going for Premier League,
he wasn't even here for a long time. He was here for
let's know what you think, because I got.
Let's know what you think at home.
You stitched me up properly with that one, didn't you?
We had to make a decision.